Tumeshukuru sana nyinyi wazee wa kwenyu vile mmefika huko Bondo, na tunakaribisha watu wengine pia wote wakuje huko Bondo wanaweza omba na sisi na kukuja kutembelea grave ya mzee.
Raila Jr. openly differs with Gladys, Wanga and other ODM members.
We heard yesterday that Gachagua and his team were supposed to pay homage to the home of Raila Muludinga. We urge Gachagua, never, don't step in Bondo. Don't step in Bondo, as your statements are not very friendly to us as ODM.
On October 19, the late Raila Muludinga was laid to rest at his family home in Kango Kajaramogi, Bondo, Siaya County. In the days that followed, many people visited the homestead to pay their respects. But soon, two different messages emerged, one from the family's heir and one from the political party. At the heart of this story is Raila Odinga Jr. After his father's death, Raila Jr. was formally installed as the head of Odinga family in Bondo. In a traditional ceremony on October 23rd, he underwent a ritual, was given a shield and spear, and accepted responsibility for the family legacy. This moment marked a shift from being a son to being a custodian of the home and memory of the late leader. In his new role, Raila Jr. faced the task of guiding the family's voice, especially in how they will welcome visitors to the homestead. Just 2 days after his installation, Raila Jr. spoke at the gravesite and extended a public invitation. All Kenyans are welcome to Kango Kajaramogi, he said.
Tumeshukuru sana nyinyi wazee wa kwenyu vile mmefika huko Bondo, na tunakaribisha watu wengine pia wote wakuje huko Bondo wanaweza omba na sisi na kukuja kutembelea grave ya mzee.
He made clear that visitors of any tribe, class, or political affiliation will come and pay their respects. He said, "This home is open to all who wish to honor Raila." This was an inclusive message, and in the setting of mourning, it carried weight. For supporters of Raila and for the broader public, the invitation offered a simple but meaningful gesture of unity. The gate is open. But at nearly the same time, a very different message from parts of his party, the Orange Democratic Movement, ODM. On October 22nd, officials from ODM publicly stated that Rigathi Gachagua should not visit Bondo to pay tribute.
To date, Rigathi Gachagua is yet to mourn Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga, who braved political tensions to go and mourn his brother, the late Nderitu Gachagua. And therefore, we note now that anyone who associates with Gachagua and his ilk, like Kahiga, cannot be our friend. The line is drawn. Yes. Any person who associates with Gachagua, Kahiga, they cannot be our friends.
They said this was because of remarks made by another leader, which they described as disrespectful to the late Raila. They linked Gachagua with those remarks and argued that his visit will not be welcome. In other words, the party issued a warning, do not come, but the family invited everyone to come. Na inyo mutaumagara ibita ibita igona kule nako ito tsalilala radio nako yo duaro sunoke to ito twake pikiaga tukidaki edukana ke leo turakibate gaina kyaronka ekatiro no arauga leo koroni atia ko bore mwaka The two messages stood in contrast. Raila Odinga Jr. welcomed everyone to Bondo, while ODM officials say that Gachagua and his friends are not welcomed to Bondo. This difference exposed a tension between the family's public mourning role and the party's political role. For the Odinga family home, the message of unity carried priority. For the party, the message of respect and exclusion carried priority. In Bondo, the gate stood open, but at the same time, a sign was held up. Certain people should stay away. That dual reality became part of the story. To understand why the party made its decision, we need to look at the context. A video circulated where another governor, Mutahi Kahiga, made remarks about Raila's death that many found insensitive. ODM officials said Kahiga's remarks were made with the blessing of Gachagua, though Gachagua's side denies that. Because of that link, the party felt that allowing Gachagua into Bondo will undermine their sense of respect, and so they publicly rejected his visit. In short, it was about feelings, memory, politics, and respect. The family invited everyone, but the party warned. The party's warning triggered reactions. Some Kenyans criticized ODM officials for saying one Kenyan was unwelcome in another Kenyan's home. Others defended the party, saying it had a right to protect the memory of the late leader, to insist on respect. Meanwhile, the family's message of inclusion gained respect from many who said this is the legacy of Raila to bring people together. The public debate became, is this about mourning or is this about politics, or both? This episode has implications beyond Bondo. It shows how funerals and legacies become political terrain. It shows how a family's voice can differ from a party's voice. And it shows how questions of who is welcome, who is excluded, who visits, and who stays away become symbols of bigger fights about memory, about region, about power. For Kenya's political future, this matters because how we treat places of memory is how we treat each other as a nation. In Bondo today, the home remains open, the grave remains open, the visitors still come. The family says all are welcome. The party says not everyone is welcome. And rumors are emerging that on 26th of October 2025, Rigathi Gachagua has made his way to Bondo to visit Raila Odinga's grave and give him his final respect.